Alright, so first I'm going to inspect my hands for any cuts or abrasions. I don't have any. And then I'm going to make sure my nails don't extend past a 1/4 inch past the nail bed. They don't. And then I'll remove any jewelry or wristwear. And then I'm going to move up my sleeves. I'm going to turn on the water. Making sure my hands are pointed down. And then I'll get the soap at like 1 to 5 milliliters. And then I'll scrub all surfaces, making sure my fingers are pointed down. Make sure to get my fingernails, the palms of my hand, in between my fingers, the back surfaces of my hand, and then about 1 inch past the wrist. That's been 15 to 20 seconds. I will rinse. And rinse again. And my hands will go up. Get a bigger top. And I'm going to pat dry. Going down to the wrist. Pat dry again. And then I'll grab a new paper towel and turn off the water. And then that is hand hygiene. Alright, I have verified the orders that Miss Joanne Smith has an IV and that she needs assistance with bathing and that she is on bed rest and that she needs assistance also. So I'll enter the patient's room. Hi Joanne, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
Alright, I'm Emma, your nurse today. Can I have your name and date of birth?
Joanne Smith, October 31st, 1976.
Oh, you were born on Halloween?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I wish I was. So I'm here. Are you able to perform any toileting needs and bathing by yourself independently?
I wish I was, but I'm just not anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, then in that case, I'm here to give you a complete bed bath and perform perinatal care on you and perform a gout change. Is that okay?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. So first, I will put on gloves. First, before I put on gloves, hand hygiene with hand sanitizer. Make sure it's dry. And then I'll put on a pair of gloves. And then I'll also provide privacy once I get the gloves on. So we'll just build privacy for you. And then I will raise the bed to a comfortable working height. Alright, and since I touched Joanne's bed, I'm going to put on a new pair of gloves and perform hand hygiene again. Just get behind the curtain. Scrub until dry. And then I'll also be gathering supplies once my gloves are on. Alright, so I've gathered supplies. I have a new gown for Joanne. I have towels, and then I have rinse water with 6 rags. Then I have soapy water with 6 rags. I checked the temperature of the water. It's about 120 to 125 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll also have Joanne temp the water. Is that an okay temperature, Joanne?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, not too hot?
Nope.
Alright, perfect. So first we're going to make sure Joanne is covered at all times. But first I'm going to remove her gown because she has an IV. So I'm going to remove that off of the rack. Before I do that, I'm going to undress. I'm going to untie if it's untied. I'm going to undress her strong side first. Making sure she's covered. And then I'm going to undress the weak side, and then I'll slip the IV through her gown so it doesn't get caught on anything. I'll IV again. It's a little tangled. I'll hang it back up. It's kind of hot outside, Joanne.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I don't really like hot weather.
I do. I love summer.
You do? We're quite the opposite then. But that's okay. Everyone has opposites in my opinion. Alright, so now that she has her this gown off, I would put this in the linens. So the linens will be just right by the bed. So I'm going to keep her covered, and then first I'm going to wash her eyes. I'm going to make a mitt with a rag. I'm doing that. I'm getting that side. Getting up and then doing that. And then this is without soap. I'm going to wash from the inner canthus to the outer canthus. And then I'm going to use a different part of the washcloth for the other eye. And then I would get a rag with soap on it. And then wash the rest of her face. Also making a mitt. And I'm going to do from the forehead to the cheek down. And then do the other side. Making sure to use a clean portion of the washcloth with each stroke. And then I will get a different corner. And then I'm going to do her nose. And then get another corner. And then I'm going to do her ears, going from the outer ear to the inner ear to the outer ear. And I'm going to do the same thing with a different portion of this ear, with this washcloth with this ear. And I'm going to get another corner. And then I'll wash Joanne's neck. So I'm just going to go like that. And then do that side. Just like that. And then this will go in the linens. Just going to put it in the linens. And then I'm going to get another rag that just has water on it. And then I'm going to rinse her face. So we're just going to go like that, and then get another corner. Then do her nose, like that, and like that. And then I'll get another corner. And then rinse her ears, like that, and like that. And then get another corner. And then rinse her neck, just like that, and then like that. And this will go in the linens. All right, and then I'm going to expose one arm. I'm gonna get a rag with soap, make another mitt, and then I'm gonna do the outer arm. Making sure to be gentle. And then I'm gonna use a different side and get the other side of the arm. I'm being careful to clean around the IV. And then I'm gonna get a different corner. And then wash the underarm by supporting one of the elbow. Getting under here. And do another one. And then I'll get another corner. And I'm going to wash her hands. I'm also going to inspect her hands for any like sores or anything. And I'll clean the back side of the hand, the other side of the hand, and then get another corner. And then clean in between her fingers with a different portion of the washcloth. And then I'll get the last final corner. And then I'm going to clean her axilla or her armpit, like that. And then this will go in the linens. Then I'm going to get a rinse rag. Well, a rag just with water on it. Make another mitt, and then we're going to rinse. And then rinse. Make another corner. I'm gonna get the underside. And I'm going to use the other side to dry her hands. And then get a different side of the washcloth. Make another mitt and then rinse. Rinse, and then I'm going to get another corner. And then rinse her armpit. And that'll be another rag. And I would also be placing towels underneath any of the extremities to avoid soiling the bed linens. So this would go under her arm. And then I would also, those are rags. And then I'm going to pat dry her face. I did not pat dry her face. And then I'm going to pat it. And then use a different side. Use another different side and pat her neck. Pat the ears. Different side. And then just pat dry the eyes very gently. And then I would get a new towel. And then I'll just pat dry her arm, making sure to pat it because if you rub the skin, it might cause skin to tear. So just pat it, use a different side, pat the underside, and then pat dry the hands, use a different side. And that's one arm. And then I will expose the other arm. And get another soapy rag. And then I will wash the upper arm. And then I'll use the other side to get the underarm. And then I'll use another corner. And inspect the hands. Make sure there's no cuts or sores. And then I'm gonna wash the back side of the hands and the inside of the palm. And then I'll get another corner. And then wash her other armpit or her axilla. And then this will go in the linens. Then I'll place another towel on this side. And then I'll get another rag to rinse. So I'll just go like that on this side, and then use the other side to get the underarm, and then get a different corner, and then rinse the back side, and then the inside, then get another corner, and then rinse the axilla, goes in the linens, and then I'll get a towel. And then I'll pat dry, pat, and then a different side of the towel, pat, another side, and then pat the hands, and then pat the inside of the hands, and then the armpit. All right. All right, Joanne, I'm gonna expose your chest. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. And then I'll get these towels since they've been used to be dry. And expose the chest. She has a little wound right now. I know. I'll be careful with this, okay, Joanne?
Thank you.
I'm gonna get a rag, a soapy rag that is. Make another mitt, and then I'm just going to wash the chest, and then I'll wash the abdomen, and then I'll get a different corner, just to make sure we're using a different part of the rag. Grab that side, and then do that side. All right, and then this will go in the linens. Then get a rag to rinse. And then we would just rinse the chest. And then rinse the abdomen. And then we will pat dry. We use a different part of the towel. Use a different side. And that is her chest. and her abdomen. Gonna recover that back up. You doing okay, Joanne?
Yeah, I'm great.
Alright, now we're going to expose one leg. This is another soapy rag. Make another mitt. And then I'll wash the upper leg and then the under leg. And then get another corner. I'm also going to inspect the toes and between the toes for any sores, and then check the bottom of the heel to make sure it's not soft or squishy. And Joanne, it feels okay on your feet?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wash the top of her feet and the bottom of her feet. And then I get in between her toes, get another corner of the washcloth. Get in between there. Use a different side. And that was one leg. Then I'll put that in the linens. I'll put a towel underneath the leg so the sheets don't get soiled. Just gonna put that under there, support the knee. So that's that. Get another rag to rinse. Just gonna rinse the top of the leg. Use a different side to get the underside of the leg. And then get to a different corner. And then rinse the top of the foot and then the bottom of the foot in between the toes. And then that will go in linens. And then I'll get another towel. That's a rag. And we'll pat dry. And then use a different side for the underside. We use a different side for the foot, and then for the bottom of the foot. And then make sure to dry in between the toes because we don't want any moisture in between there. And then I will remove this towel, and then recover this leg up, and then expose the other leg. And I'm going to place another towel underneath this leg. Get that out of the way. You got any plans for the rest of the week, Joanne?
Well, I'm hoping to be discharged soon and see my family.
Well, that's good. Has anyone been visiting you?
Yeah, my 2 sons, they've been seeing me lately.
Oh, well, that's amazing. I'm glad they're coming to see you. Does that make you happy?
So happy. They live kind of far, so I'm glad that they visit me.
Oh, that's good. All right, and then I'm going to get a soapy rag, and then I'm going to wash the top of the leg, the other leg. And we're going to use a different side to get the bottom side of the leg. And then I'm going to inspect between the toes on this foot. They all look good. And then I'll get a different corner. And then I'm going to check the heel as well. Does heel feel okay, Joanne? It's not hurting you?
No, not at all.
Alright, and then we're going to wash the top of the foot, and the bottom of the foot, and in between the toes. Alright, this will go in linens. And then I would go ahead and get more washcloths. And I'm going to get a rag to rinse. Rinse that leg. And then rinse the bottom of the leg with a different part of the washcloth. And then get a different corner. So I can make another mitt. Rinse the top of the foot, and then the bottom of the foot, and in between the toes so there's no moisture in there. We don't want any moisture in there, right, Joanne?
No, ma'am.
Alright. And then we'll get a towel and pat dry with a different side of the towel. So pat, 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 pat. And then one for the top side of the foot and the bottom side of the foot. And then remove this towel. Alright, and then we'll put that back on. And at this time I would change the bath water and temperature it again. I would also get new linens, more rags. So we'll just let those back in here. then I would get new towels. All right, Joan, we're gonna wash your back, okay?
Okay.
All right, and then I'm gonna have another nurse help Joanne get on her side, since she would need help turning. All right. And then I'll make sure Joanne's front side stays covered and her back side. You all ready to turn, Joanne?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna grab here, and she's gonna grab that side and support her back. And then I would get another rag, and then wash the back side, that side, and then I would get a rinse rag. And then I would also put a towel under here. Pick that up later. Get another towel to put under here so it doesn't get the lint soiled. Rinse the back. Put it inside of the washcloth. And then I would get a towel. And then I would pat dry the back. All right. And then we'll remove the towel. And then Joanne will go back on her back. You can come back now, Joanne. Alright. And that would be a complete bed bath. And then I'll take off my gloves. Perform hand hygiene again. And then I would put on a new pair of gloves for perinatal care. Alright, so first I would perform hand hygiene again. And then scrub until hands are dry. I also got new water and new linens for doing Joanne's peri-care, new towels. And then I'm going to put on gloves. And then I'll make sure that she's covered. I also got a new sheet for her upper body and her lower body so she can remain covered as much as possible. Isn't that right, Joanne?
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. So now that I have gloves on, alright, Joanne, I'm going to have to expose you, okay? Is that alright?
That's fine.
Alright, so first I'm going to expose as little as possible, only the areas that I need. I'm going to grab a soapy rag first, and then make a mitt. I'm going to clean her inguinal folds first with a different side of the washcloth. And then I'll get a different corner. And then I'm going to clean the labia majora using strokes that are going front to back with a different side of the washcloth. And then I'm going to get a different corner. And then I'm going to open the labia majora to expose the labia minora. And I'm going to clean downward with a different part of the washcloth in each stroke. Making sure to clean the urethra as well. My eye itch, Joanne, sorry.
You're okay.
Alright, and then I'm going to do it again just to make sure everything's clean. And then downward from front to back with a different side of the washcloth. Alright, then that has been cleaned. And I'll put that in the linens. Then I'm going to get a rinse rag, or a rag with just with water. Going to clean the inguinal, rinse the inguinal folds. And then I'm going to get a different part of the rag. And then rinse the labia majora with a different part of the washcloth. And I'm going to get a different corner. And then spread the labia minora. And then clean the labia minora with a different part of the washcloth from front to back. Put that in the linens. Then I'm going to get a towel. And then pat dry with a different part of the towel. And then pat that dry. Alright. And then I'm going to get another nurse to help me turn Joanne on her backside. You doing all right, Joanne?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna be careful of the IV in her arm. All right, we're gonna turn toward her. There we go. And then I'm gonna get a towel and place it under here. And then get a soapy rag. And I'm gonna clean the buttocks first, using it as a part of a washcloth. And then I'm going to clean from front to back, like that, and like that. And then I'm going to get another rag that's just with water. Going to rinse this view of the buttocks, and then get another corner. And then dry the gluteal cleft, and then that would go in the linens. And then you're just gonna pat dry with it in part of the towel. You doing all right, Joanne?
Yeah, just great.
All right, a little pat there. All right, that'll go in the linens. All right, Jen, you can come back on your back now. All right, and now I'm going to put a new gown on Joanne, which I have right here. And when I'm dressing someone, I'm going to dress the affected side first, which will be her IV side. So I will take the IV off of the hook and then loop it through. Just loop it through. And then grab Joanne's arm and just slide this through. And then I will hook the IV back up. And then we'll put that right there. I'm going to dress the strong side next. And then we'll take out the sheet and cover her back up. And then tie it. I'll tie it if possible. I'm gonna verbalize that I tied it. Cover her back up. Do you need anything else, Joanne?
No, I'm just great.
You're all good? Okay. Well, then I'm going to lower the bed for safety. You feel clean now?
I feel so much better.
All right, that's great. How would you normally bathe at home?
Normally I shower. I have an assisted shower.
An assistant person?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. I wish I had one of those, but I don't. I don't got the money for that. All right, so that is Joanne's complete bed bath and perineal care and a gown change. Hi, Joanne. How are you doing
Hello.
today?
I'm good.
All right, I'm Emma. I'm going to be your nurse today. Can I have your name and date of birth?
Joanne Smith, October 31st, 1976.
All right, good. So I'm going to be placing you on the bedpan, okay?
Okay.
All right, so first I'll perform hand hygiene. And then put on gloves. And then I'm going to raise the bed in a second. Alright, now that I've touched the bed, I'm going to take off these gloves. Perform hand hygiene again. And then put on new gloves. So I'm going to designate my hands. This is my dirty hand. this is my clean hand, so my right hand is my dirty, left hand is my clean. I'm going to grab the bedpan with my dirty hand, set it over here. I'm going to provide privacy for Miss Joanne. Alright, I'm going to remove the covers from Joanne. I'm going to turn Joanne on her side. And I'm going to use my clean hand to keep Joanne up. I'm going to grab the bedpan. Using my dirty hand and place it like that. I'm going to use my clean hand to ease Joanne back onto the bedpan. Just like that. I'm going to use my clean hand to check and make sure it's aligned. I'm going to use my dirty hand to move the bedpan to make sure it's properly aligned. I'm going to use my clean hand for touching her covers. And I'm going to sit Joanne up on the bedpan so it's comfortable for her when she's on the bedpan using the clean hand. I'm going to do it to like semi-Fowler's position. Alright. Then I'm going to use my clean hand to grab Joanne's collar and place it with her when she's ready to get off the bedpan so she's not on the bedpan for too long, for like 5 to 10 minutes, to prevent pressure ulcers. Do you need anything else, Joanne?
No, I'm good.
Look, you're all good. I'm going to use my clean hand to open the privacy curtain. And when you're ready to get off, Joanne, just hit your collar and I'll come in here and place you off the bedpan.
Okay, thanks.
Alright, and that is clean hand, dirty hand technique. Alright, I made a mistake in my video with the clean hand, dirty hand technique with the bedpan. I should have placed a Chuck's pad underneath Miss Joanne when I was placing her on the bedpan. So I will do that right now. I will uncover her and then get the Chuck's pad in the position. I'm gonna roll it a little bit. Joanne, I'm gonna turn you on the side, okay?
Okay.
Just gonna do that. Get the Chuck's pad, and then also if I'm gonna be using clean hand, dirty hand technique, I'll be using my left hand as my clean hand. And that's what I will touch the patient with. And my dirty hand is what I'll use the Chuck's pad and the bedpan with. Okay, you can come back, Miss Joanne. I would place the bedpan underneath her, but since I'm just making a correction, I'm just placing the Chuck's pad underneath her. Just turn that way. Alright, there's the Chuck's pad. And then I would have raised the bed, but I was just making a correction, so. Alright. And then that is my correction.